Okay, it's a few minutes, about a minute before 6 o'clock, but I think we can get started because obviously we have a lot of fun and excitement after the show. It's a big night for the Lowdown on Ridertown. It's our 10th and final show of the season. And of course, by now you all know we're going to do karaoke. We're going to have a great after party after we're done with the actual interview portion of this. We're down to our last players. I think we've gone through the whole roster, the whole lineup throughout the year. Hard to believe, as I say, in the last couple weeks that we've done this, but we started this January 11th, and here we are on March 29th at the final show. Have so many thank yous, and I'll try to get them mostly at the end, but I also want to throw out a few right now. You guys for coming out each and every week. Whenever we do something like this is the fourth year that I've been involved. Something like this can only succeed if you have participation and if you have people coming out and the momentum and everything. And since we've moved into this new location last year, it's been a great crowd. So we appreciate you guys for coming out, especially on a rainy, dreary night. This is the Lowdown on Ridertown with the Cedar Rapids Rough Riders, 94.1 KRNA and the Union Station. We are here in the Union Station Extension. It's the building directly behind the main Union Station. They've been our host all season long, along with last season as well. As I said, it's a special night. We have karaoke, we have an after party, we're going to have the players and even coach, maybe sing some songs. I'm dressed in a Harvest blazer that coach has already complimented me on, so you know it's a good night. We're getting off to a good start here, and so we're going to get in some questions with the guys here in just a few minutes. As always, I'm joined by head coach Mark Carlson, but also tonight joined by players TJ Walsh, Trevor Zins, and Justin Cole. So we want to make sure we get into the questions for those guys here in just a few minutes. Want to throw out some quick thank yous, though. We have people here on hand tonight. The karaoke wouldn't be possible unless we had a guy here to do it. Exquisite Sounds, Mike, is behind the soundboard here. He's going to have it going for us later. Let's give him a round of applause. You can find him on Facebook, social media, so make sure you check him out. I also want to give a thank you once again. I threw out his name last week, but Rick Boots Photography. He's been here each and every week taking photos, and he also takes the photos during the game action as well, so round of applause for him for coming out each and every week. And I'll get to the other thank yous as we come to the end. We want to really close it out strong. But let's start with last week's action. Also a reminder that the audio of these can be found at the KRNA YouTube page. And what we'll do is this weekend they will all be up there. So including this week's and obviously last week's podcast as well. They'll all be up at the KRNA YouTube page and krna.com. And at the end of the show tonight, we will have another drawing. We've done that each and every week. This week it'll be for a 20-person suite. And we'll draw for that at the end of the show, so something to look forward to there as well. Last week's action on Friday night, a 3-0 loss to Youngstown, but then Saturday, a nice bounce back, 4-3 overtime win against that very same Youngstown team. And Coach, I'll start there with you as we always do every week. Your thoughts on last week's action? Of course, you have that loss Friday, but a nice bounce back on Saturday evening.
Yeah, thanks Coop, and thanks everybody for coming out tonight and all year. I thought the guys played pretty good hockey all weekend. Friday, we just didn't capitalize on our chances, but I thought we also kept chances to a minimum against. And then on Saturday to be down 3-0 and come back and battle and tie it and win it on a power play goal in overtime was just awesome.
And TJ, I know you had quite a hand in that game on Saturday night, scored in overtime. Can you take us inside that play and what it was like down the stretch there?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously a big win for us coming back from 3-0, but, we got a power play in overtime. Scotty made a nice play to Bob. Bob found me, and I just had an open net, and I had to put it in. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good weekend for our team, and I thought we showed a lot of character coming back from 3-0 on Saturday.
Now, we'll keep it with you here, TJ. I want to make sure, since we have three guys up on stage, we get right into your bios and background. So I'll ask you about your bio, where you're from, and your journey to get here to Cedar Rapids with the Rough Riders.
Yeah, I'm from Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, so, Coach and they saw me play over the summer and over the spring, and I knew it was a good place to develop and a good place to play, and I just always found myself fitting in here, and ended up working out, and it's been nothing but awesome so far. So.
And Trevor, I'll ask you where you're from and how you got here with Cedar Rapids.
I'm from St. Michael, Minnesota, and I got invited to camp here to try out, and became fortunate to be on the team.
And then Justin, finish off where you're from and how you got here with the Rough Riders.
I'm from Bernathen, Pennsylvania, and similar to Zins, I came here, tried out, and was fortunate to make the team.
And then I've been asking the guys here the last couple of weeks nicknames, either self-proclaimed or given to you by coach or the players. TJ, you got a nickname?
Not too much. I know Scott Perunovich likes to call me Timmy Bear. Not sure about that one.
Not sure where that came from?
Other than that, nothing really.
Trevor, how about you?
Just keep it simple. Most of them call me Zinsy. Other than that, just Zins or Zinsy, that's all.
And Justin, how about you? Any nicknames?
I got two. A lot of people call me Coke, and then some of the guys call me Grade 8.
Okay. Do you know the background of that? Any info behind how you got that nickname?
No, just happened.
Coach has a thought here.
Yeah, I think we need explanation on the Coke nickname, please.
Well, so Risa Molick, whenever he texts me, people call me J. Cole for like my nickname, and then every time I would autocorrect it to Coke. So then he started calling me J. Coke, and then it just formed into Coke.
See, that's the sort of background info you want to get here at the Lowdown on Ridertown. And Coach, I'll ask you next, as I usually do, if you can take a few minutes and talk about each of these guys, what you saw in them, and what they bring to the team respectively.
Sure, yeah, I can start with Walsh next to me here. We were able to watch him last year, and I was able to see him play in the tryouts for the national team development camp there, and I thought he did a heck of a job there, and we were happy to have the opportunity to tender him and bring him in, and it's been great having him here. And Coke here, we were able to watch on video when he was at Vermont Academy, and we done a lot of work on him and brought him to our camp, and he made our team. And Zinzi, we were able to see throughout his high school season, and I was able to see him play in the Minnesota State, the festival tryouts for USA Hockey. Saw him play there and really liked him, and then he came in and made our team. So it's been great to have all three guys here.
Now, Justin, I'll have to ask you now, you're pretty close, or at least in the vicinity of the Philadelphia area where you're from, correct?
Yeah.
So the past couple weeks, I think starting with some of that Minnesota episode, and then we had the Jersey boys, we kind of had a lot of hometown pride going on. So in terms of Philadelphia, what's your to-do list for anyone that's visiting the Philadelphia area? What do you have to do if you're in and around Philly?
You definitely got to go to Love Park, and then go to Geno's and Pap's. You get a cheesesteak for sure, and maybe some pretzels. They're pretty good pretzels there too.
Now, I think the burning question whenever that comes up about the cheesesteaks, where's the best cheesesteak? If you got to choose.
I think Geno's, but a lot of people would probably disagree. There's a lot of good spots. So.
And then Trevor, being from Minnesota, any rivalry or camaraderie with the other Minnesota guys? Quite a few guys from the state of Minnesota on this year's squad.
I don't really have any rivalries. I wasn't in the same sections as them, but I know Scotty Perunovich from the selects that we did because we were in the same section but different. He was single A, I was double A. But I know Foles and Foose a lot too. I trained with them in the summers, but other than that, not too much.
And then from a few weeks back, were you the one that initially knew the Edina, what that stood for?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what is that again? I got to remind everybody.
So it means every day I need attention.
And so growing up in Minnesota, did you harbor some resentment for Edina? You share that hate?
Yeah, I guess so.
And I think that's good. That's good. Coach, I was going to ask you, I know last weekend was the Parents' Weekend. What was that like? I know it's an annual thing. The parents are welcomed into the program for the few games. What did that last weekend go like? How's the atmosphere around that?
Well, if I could, I'll answer that in 1 second. But since we've been on this theme for a while, Coke's he likes Geno's. I'm going to go with Pat's Steaks. And just so everyone knows, Pat's is on one side of the street and Geno's is on the other side, so it looks like some people have been there. So it's not far from the Philadelphia airport to get to right down, as they call it, Center City in Philadelphia. So if you're ever out that way, you can make the journey and make the decision for yourself. But I would go to Pat's first.
All right, so we got some rivalry even here up on stage. And Coach, do you go to both religiously? I mean, have you been to both recently, so you still feel confident saying that you're going with Pat's?
Yeah, I feel very confident, and Tammy's been to both. I don't think she's here yet, my wife, but she's been to both as well. And if you go to both, you got to go for a little bit of an extra run the next day. but it's worth doing.
Now, I'll admit, since we're talking about the cheesesteak stories, I went to Philadelphia about 1.5 years ago, and I made the mistake. We were going to try both places, and then I got a little panic attack up near because they run them through quick. Like, you have to have your order ready. And so my girlfriend was ahead of me, and she had ordered, and she was going to order one, and I was just going to coast behind her and then go to the other one. But I got up to that window, wasn't going to order anything, but he snapped at me real quick, so I had to get an order, so I never got to the one across the street. I only got to Gino's, so I haven't even had Pat's yet, Coach.
Okay, well, you're going to have to make the trip back.
I'm going to have to go back.
Since we're on this discussion now, we're getting real into it, so if you go to Pat's or Gino's, here's what happened. So the first time I went there, I was actually, even though I grew up in the area, never got there until I was probably about 22, 23 years old. So we went there real late at night one time, and the line, these places you just walk up to the window. There's I think at Gino's you might be able to sit down inside, but at Pat's that you can't. So sometimes late at night the line could be 50, 60 people deep outside, and as Coop said, they roll you quick, real through the line, and so if you go up and you order your cheesesteak, then some guy will yell at you with or without, and that's all I'll say. And the first time I went, I had no idea what he was talking about, and so I said, with or without what? And then he signals everybody else in the kitchen, which is like 10 people, and they all just start screaming "rookie" as loud as they can. And you're standing there, embarrassed. And so the with, as you might have figured out, the with or without is onions. So you're supposed to specify that as they're pushing you through the window there.
Well, I'm glad you gave some context, Coach, because I didn't want people to just think I had a panic attack for no reason. I kind of knew that going in that was going to be the response. So I really got flustered. But, Coach, with the Parents' Weekend, what was that like? I know the cheesesteak tangent was a good thing, but especially with the Parents' Weekend this past weekend, what was that like?
Yeah, the Parents' Weekend is always a great thing, and it's a great opportunity for us to recognize our housing parents, as well as the parents of most of the players coming out, and to have a little event here at the Union Station Extension. It was great. Brian and his staff did an unbelievable job, and we're real lucky to have the relationship here and to have that event here, and so it was real good to see everybody, and it's always great, on that Saturday night when you can win a hockey game and the kids get to spend time with their families after that, and so it was a great weekend. And I want to thank Janelle Banowitz is here, and I want to put a big thank you out to her for all the work that she put in for organizing the Housing Parent and the Parents' Weekend. So thanks, Janelle.
And then, guys, as players, we talk quite a bit about hockey on this show, but I also want to make sure we know your lives off the ice, what they look like, what you do. And, Trevor, I'll start down on your end. What do you do off the ice? What hobbies, what commitments do you have when you're not playing hockey?
We have a pretty huge day called Taco Tuesday on Tuesdays, so that's a great day to have all the boys over for tacos at our house. Other than that, just hang with the boys or just play video games or watch movies or Netflix.
And what do you put on your tacos? You got a specific, something custom?
We got everything there. I mean, my Bill Mom Ivy is unbelievable. She cooks everything, has it all laid out for us. It's meat, anything you want on taco.
Coach, I might have asked you this before, but have you been involved in the taco nights?
I have not been there yet, and if it's all right, I think Ivy's here. I might invite myself over sometime.
Yeah, I think you should crash that party.
Yeah, I think so too.
Justin, how about you? Your life off the ice, hobbies, commitments, things you do when you're not playing the game of hockey?
I'm a big pennyboard fan. I love riding those around. I also like basketball, like pickup basketball, and fishing and golf probably. That's really it.
Now, use some slang there. That's skateboard, right?
Yeah, it's like it's like a longboard, but it's shorter and made out of plastic. It's great for transportation.
So, well, maybe you already answered this question. I was going to ask you where you ride it at, or where can people see you roaming around town with this?
Some days I'll ride it like into the rink from my car to the rink. That's really all I got here so far. But at home I ride it a little more.
Short distances for the most part.
Yeah, for right now.
And then, TJ, how about you? Your life off the ice, what are you doing for hobbies, commitments, stuff when you're not playing hockey?
Yeah, kind of like Coke and Zinzi, just hang out with the guys, play video games, like to play basketball with Coke and some of the boys, but, just regular teenage stuff, hang out with our billet brother Nick, and, just hang out.
Now, Coach, you haven't had a chance to ride that skateboard, have you?
I haven't, but I have to clarify the name. It's called Penny Boy?
No, pennyboard.
Oh, penny board. Oh, okay. I have not ridden one, but I'm now envisioning Coke at AIC next year, cruising around campus.
Yeah.
On this thing.
That would be a good way to get it around campus. Are you planning that?
Yeah, that's what it's for.
Let's talk a bit about your guys' futures as you look beyond the Rough Riders even. And Trevor, I'll start down on your end. Your future, your goals in the game of hockey.
I'm fortunate to be committed to UMass Lowell. I committed last year. Other than just play there after a couple more years of juniors and see where it goes from there. Hopefully play pro hockey.
Now, what went into that decision to choose that as your college to continue your hockey career?
They brought me out, and there's like a team that plays a lot like us, and I like how they play, and it's a great fit for me, and it's close to Boston, so it's like a lot of fun stuff to do. It's just a great area. So,
Justin, how about you? Future goals in the game of hockey, even as you look beyond the Rough Riders?
Oh, yeah, so I'm fortunate to commit to AIC, and I'll be going there next year. And future in hockey, I'm just taking it one day at a time. I don't know where I'm going to end up or how it's going to go. I'd love to play pro hockey, but you never know.
Now, what attracted you to AIC? What went into that decision for you?
It's on the East Coast, which is big. It's closer to home, and I like the location a lot, and it's a good school. And I see myself being able to grow as a player there.
And then TJ, how about you? Your future in the game of hockey, stuff you have going on beyond the Rough Riders?
Yeah, so I should be coming back here next year, and then after that I'll be going to Boston College. And, it's just a great spot. It's close to home. And I've always wanted to go there growing up, so I just feel myself fitting in really well there.
Now, in doing research for this show, and Coach, this will be a question to you. Usually I turn to the Gazette most times. Sometimes I'll look like the second or third page of a Google search, but usually I'll give a shout out to Jeff Johnson with the Gazette. I glean a lot of information off his articles. So he had something the other day that I read, and this was only one snippet of the article, but they were talking about, how you have to get these guys accustomed when they come to the Rough Riders. And one of these things that was mentioned was a bathroom rule. The flush it rule. And Coach, I wondered if you could expand on that. I don't want to give it all away. You probably explain it better than I do. But what goes into that, and some context behind the bathroom rule?
Oh, boy. I just want to, I have to have appropriate wording, which is hard in this setting. Yeah, I don't know. So this has been going on for, if you read the article, for almost probably our whole existence here. And I guess if it's appropriate to say, I don't know how, if you're a guy and you take a leak in the urinal, you can't flush it. I just don't understand that.
That's a good point. Yeah, makes sense.
So we have to, educate the guys that you've got to, no matter where you are, that's what you're supposed to do, and that's respectful to, in this case, your teammates, but if out in public, the general public, and that you should be respectful to those people, and all you have to do is hit the little button, and then you're all set.
Now, I imagine this rule came about because there were obviously some issues along the lines.
Well, yeah, there were issues along the lines, and but I don't know if this is a good topic or not, but even in public bathrooms, I don't know, as we see these things, I don't know, why would you not flush the urinal? I don't understand it.
Seems like basic etiquette. But
it's all, we do have a saying around our locker room. It's called, we refer to it as it's a basic function in society. You have to be able to execute basic functions.
That's true. That's true. That's the starting point.
Yeah.
Guys, as players, easy to become accustomed to this. Are you now a skilled bathroom etiquette? Trevor, start on your end.
I think I'm an expert at it.
Justin?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I even get the public ones, so.
Even outside the facilities. And then TJ, how about you?
I'm going to be honest, before I came here, I don't think I did that ever. It's just kind of become second nature once he yells at you a couple times.
See, Coach, you're changing lives one player at a time.
That's what we're doing.
So, kind of off of that, somewhat of a segue, but maybe a little more serious, but still something great that it came out of that article. 10 players currently playing or coaching professionally in the state of Iowa, so we're not even talking about the players who are in the NHL or even beyond that in terms of beyond the state of Iowa. But what's that mean to you, Coach? I know you commented on it in the article, so you probably have to repeat some of that, but when you see guys who have played under you and you see them go on and have that success and pretty close to home, too, where I imagine you can keep up to date with them and still interact with them, too.
Well, thanks, Coop. It's, we've been fortunate to have a lot of real good players here over the years, and with the Minnesota Wild having their farm system in close proximity here with the American Hockey League team in Des Moines there, which is that's the equivalent of playing AAA baseball, which obviously is a real high level, and the Quad Cities Mallards there. Over in Quad Cities with the East Coast Hockey League, which that's the equivalent of AA baseball, which is a real high level as well. And to have the 9 players, and then Phil Axtell, who's coaching Quad City right now, and has done a really nice job there. It's been just a neat thing that hopefully you had a small impact on the guys, and they're going on and doing well. So it's been fun to watch all of them. And actually tomorrow, exciting news, the number is going to go from 10 to 9, as I just heard that Alex Stalock will be starting for the Minnesota Wild tomorrow night, so that's pretty good stuff.
A round of applause for that. That's pretty cool. So the Rough Riders have 2 games coming up this weekend, and good news for the Rough Rider fans. They're both at home. Friday is against Dubuque, and then Saturday another in-state matchup. I should even say in-area matchup as they take on Waterloo. And I want to also take this chance. The last couple of weeks I haven't left it open. I haven't gotten anything emailed to me or anything, but I always want to open it up for crowd audience questions when we think we might have them. And with the big crowd we have here tonight, I want to at least open the floor up. Do we have any crowd questions in the audience? Well, okay, we've got at least one.
Right here?
Yeah, you can yell it out.
Yeah, my name's Jerry. This is Martin. We've been season ticket holders since the very beginning. First of all, I was out at the ice arena walking today, and I was looking at the Corridor Cup standings and seeing where we're at. We got 3 games left. It looks to me like we've still got a chance to make some noise here in the Corridor Cup. You guys, how do you feel about that? And most importantly, do you really understand how much we hate Dubuque and Waterloo? How important this weekend is to all of us?
Guys, Trevor, I'll start on your end. You have to field that question first.
As the Cowbell Cup, you mean, right? Yeah. Obviously, yeah, they're big rivals, and we hate playing against them too, and we always love to beat those guys and beat up on them, and it's always fun when you guys get into it as well, and we'll do our best this weekend to beat those guys for you.
Justin?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like Dubuque or Waterloo, so it'd be nice to beat them both this weekend, and that's what I hope we can do.
And then TJ, another player.
Yeah, kind of like what these boys said. I mean, it's always nice beating your rivals, and when we're playing them, the crowd's always into it and stuff, so it's just a fun game to play, and it's even better when we come out with the 2 points. So.
And then, Coach, I know that your philosophy is every team, every game has to be looked at one at a time, but in terms of that question, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think the guys had great answers here, and we'll be ready for Friday night.
There you go. And I think if anyone could tell over the air when you're listening to this, the applause after that question, seems like the hatred is pretty mutual out in the crowd here amongst the Rough Rider fans. It's a good in-state, good-natured rivalry, though. I'll ask you guys, though, for, we go into this speed session from time to time where I ask you guys some rapid-fire questions. You give me some answers, and we'll kind of shoot down those right now. And, Trevor, I'll start on your end. Favorite theme night that the Rough Riders have done? I've asked almost every player this. You can either say your favorite theme night, or if you have a suggestion, you can make that too.
I really like Star Wars night. I like last year, the jerseys and everything, but it's usually a big crowd there, and everyone gets into it. So.
All right, Star Wars night seems to be pretty popular. Justin, how about you?
Yeah, I'm a big Star Wars fan, so it's probably my favorite night.
And TJ, you?
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I would like bobblehead night. I mean, it'd be nice for everyone to just take home a nice Ben Foley bobblehead.
Ben Foley bobblehead. All right. Well, now I got to ask as a follow-up, why Ben Foley?
You know, he just, I don't know, he's just the type of guy to be on a bobblehead.
There you go.
He has a face for it.
Coach, would that be your choice? TJ chimed in there at the end that he has a face for it. Was that who you would pick for your bobblehead night of any player on the squad right now?
I mean, I'm going to go with it for sure, especially since I figured something out yesterday that, we used it once in practice today, but we call it the big unit bobblehead.
Okay. And what's the context behind that?
Well, I mean, Foles he's a big customer. I mean,
okay, enough said. All right, well, we've learned that tonight, too. We can throw that in the pile of things we've learned. Okay, guys, back down to you and Trevor. Favorite band or musician, since we kind of got the radio station theme here with KRNA?
I'm a chain smoker and a Time Flies guy.
All right. Justin, how about you?
Probably Kenny Chesney.
And TJ?
I'll have to say Florida Georgia Line.
All right, and then in line with that, with the musicians and with the favorite bands, do you have a song picked out that you're definitely going to do tonight for karaoke? Trevor?
We do.
Keeping it under wraps up?
Yeah.
All right, so you got to hang around. Justin, you want to divulge what you're going to do?
I can't.
Okay. TJ?
I'm sorry, I can't say anything about that matter.
Okay, so that's under wraps. You got to wait around at least another 10 to 15 minutes once we get into that. And then, last week's show we had a lot of fun talking about summer camp and talking about some dance that we're going to see, I think, unveiled tonight publicly. You guys being inside the program, can you give us any hint of what we should be looking forward to with that dance, with just the many talents that come across on this squad? Trevor, I'll ask you first.
I don't know if he's going to do it tonight, but yeah, we have many talents, a lot of good dancers. I think Bob was a good dancer. Linnell's just a great character in the locker room, so we'll see.
Justin?
Yeah, I'd get pretty excited. We have one guy I know he can dance real good. I don't know if he's going to do it tonight, but he's always dancing in the locker room, so hopefully he gets up here and he does it.
Okay, the pressure is on. TJ, what are you looking forward to tonight? This dancing, singing, the whole nine?
I'm just hoping that Dalton Messina and Eric Linnell both get up here and show us their dance moves, but that's just my opinion.
Also, both of these guys are accomplished dancers. All right, because we heard from Eric last week, but Dalton wasn't giving that up when he was on the show. All right, we'll go back down to this thing, Trevor. Dream date. If you go on a date with anybody, who are you going on?
Probably Jennifer Aniston.
Okay, Jennifer Aniston. Good call. Justin?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm not sure. There's a lot of selection out there, so don't want
to fish in the sea.
Yeah, don't want to burn any bridges.
Yeah. TJ?
I don't know. Probably Selena Gomez.
Okay, good call. Justin, Coach is not letting you off the hook. He says you got to throw out some name. You got to pick one fish out of that sea.
That's tough. Maybe like Vanessa Hutchins.
Oh, okay. And Coach, I'm not going to dare ask you that. I don't know if the wife has walked in yet or not. I don't know if I see her out there, but we'll avoid that question at all costs. Okay, guys, starting back down at you and Trevor. Funniest guy on the team, funniest guy on the squad?
Probably Linnell. He gets everyone a good laugh every day. So.
Yeah, he was definitely cracking people up last week. Justin, what would you pick? Who would you pick?
Maybe Foley. Like he doesn't really try to be funny, but just complains a lot, and it's pretty funny.
Okay, so maybe that wasn't complimentary. And then TJ, how about you?
I think Bobby Hampton and Grant Loven are contentious for funniest players on the team, but
okay.
Yeah.
Now Bobby Hampton, he's the one with the Showtime nickname, right?
Yeah, that's him.
All right, what do you guys think about that? Yeah?
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah.
But
Trevor?
It fits.
It fits him pretty well, but yeah, it was self-proclaimed.
Okay. How about, you guys kind of already answered this, but Trevor, I'll start on your end again. Best singer on the team, guy you're really looking forward to, who can really belt it out.
Grant Loven really talks a lot in the locker room, so I think he'll be a good contender tonight, but I think I'm ready to see Bobo and Dalton go at it.
Okay. Justin?
I don't know. I'm pretty excited for Linnell. He'll be a good one, so I think he's a good singer.
Do you have any idea what these guys are going to sing? Like, you have any idea?
No one's told me anything.
TJ, how about you?
I'm excited to see Tomas because he doesn't know much English, so I kind of want to see what he has in store for us.
Okay, yeah, that'll be interesting. Coach, any player that you're really looking forward to coming up here and singing?
I don't think there's a certain one, but I hear the guys are pretty fired up for it. So I think there's going to be. We got a couple groups. We got a couple pairs. We got at least one solo act. We got one guy that says he's going to jump into the crowd. We got all kinds of stuff going.
All right, crowd surfing in a mosh pit. Two things I never thought I'd say affiliated with the Lowdown on Ridertown, but it might happen tonight. If there was a night for it to happen, it'd be tonight. All right, guys, kind of a hockey-related question. Well, directly hockey-related. Trevor, I'll start on your end again. Best moment in the game of hockey in your career that you look back on?
Probably going to the Bantam AA state tournament. It was a big thing for our town. No one really ever done it before, so it was just a big thing for us, and it's kind of exciting. So.
Justin, how about you? Best moment in the game?
Probably last year when we got the Anderson Cup. It was just a great achievement for the team and everything, and something like I know I'll keep that in my mind and remember that forever. So.
And then TJ, how about your best moment in the game of hockey?
I would have to say when I was a Pee-wee winning the Quebec tournament, which was like a big deal for when you were a Pee-wee, so that was pretty cool.
And then we talk every week, and we want to highlight it, and we thanked him at the start, the host families and the fans that come out. I wondered if you guys could take a few minutes, tell us about who you live with and what's that been like. Trevor, I'll start with you again.
I live with Gary and Ivy Risch and Bill and Matt Risch. It's just an unbelievable experience. They make every day seem like I'm at home with my actual parents, and it's just a great time with them. And I live with Liam and Robert too, so just having roommates also there is always fun, and you get to do stuff every day, and it's just a great time.
Now, you talked about taco night, so maybe you already answered this, but favorite meal, host family meal you look forward to?
It's Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesdays. Yeah. Justin, how about your host family, who you live with, and what's that been like?
I live with the Rays. Brian and Peggy are the parents, and I have Carter and Brady, two younger brothers, I guess, and it's real fun there. I mean, it's great for me. They give me space when I need it, and also if I want to do something, I mean, I can hang out with Brady or Carter, play video games, and it's been really good there, and I appreciate everything they've done for me.
And then TJ, your host family, and what's that been like?
Yeah, I live with Janelle, Doug, and Nick Banowitz, and yeah, they've been awesome. They, they make us feel at home. They give us a hard time, but it's all in fun, and yeah, it's been nothing but awesome so far.
So how do they give you a hard time? Just one example.
Doug just always tells us he could beat us up or stuff like that.
All right. That would be the definition of a hard time. And I do want to take this time, too, since we're on mic, to really give a round of applause for all the housing families and the people who chip in with that. It's very important. And, Coach, as we wind down here, before we get final thoughts in terms of the action coming up this weekend, I want to ask you about, when you look at this season, obviously it's not over yet, but this will be the last chance we'll have an opportunity to talk with you. When you look back on this season, there's been a lot of progress. There's been some change in the roster. You've had to face some challenges and overcome those. But when you look back at this season, how do you sum it up? How do you look at it with the progress these guys have made?
Well, I think it's been a great season in a lot of ways, Coop. And if you go all the way back to to late August, early September there, and as you said, there have been a lot of changes, and these guys here tonight, they've been through an awful lot, and an awful lot of that has been out of their control, and I can't compliment and commend them enough for the way that they've continued to work and battle and stick with it and support each other, throughout the course of the year. I think there's been a ton of learning and a lot of growth, and as they know, as I've told them, extremely, extremely proud of them, and we're going to have another good day of practice tomorrow and make sure we're ready to roll on Friday night, for Dubuque there, and I'm excited about this weekend.
So, guys, we'll wrap up here with final thoughts on this weekend's action, maybe just final thoughts overall. And, Trevor, I'll start on your end. You have two games at home coming up, Friday against Dubuque, Saturday against Waterloo. And in the spirit of things, we'll just look at the game right ahead against Dubuque. Your thoughts as you head into this weekend's action?
We came off a huge win Saturday, so we're going to carry that momentum into Friday's game. It's always great playing Dubuque. We always get into that game, crowd gets into it, and we're just going to go out, get 2 points, and keep moving on forward.
Justin, your final thoughts as you look ahead to this weekend?
Yeah, it's a big weekend. We're focused on Friday right now, Dubuque, and I mean, hopefully we go out there, we play the way we can, and we go out and we get 2 points and carry that over into Saturday and keep rolling.
And then, TJ, your thoughts as a player heading into this weekend's action?
Yeah, like we said earlier, it's always fun playing a rival team, and hopefully we come out with 2 points. We have a game plan. Hopefully we execute it, and then we just carry the momentum from last Saturday over and keep rolling from there.
Sure. And Coach, as always, I'll get final thoughts on you as you look at this season and just overall wrapping up this show tonight. Your final thoughts.
Sure. Listen, I just want to thank everybody for a lot of people here that have been out almost every show, and some of the people that have been here on occasion, and everyone that's here tonight. Just want to say thank you to everybody, and thank Brian and the Union Station Extension again, and thank our Rough Rider staff for everything that they do, and I want to thank Janelle again, and my wife Tammy, and our assistant coaches that are here tonight, Ben and Cody. I want to thank them for all that they do. And as I told my wife the other night, Tammy, I made a big mistake on Saturday by not thanking Bree Kinney, who is over here, for everything that Ben's wife, and where's Jess, Cody's fiance, is okay. Jess is right here, and the guys are the Ben and Cody and the assistants. They're on the road an awful lot, and it's not easy, for the significant others when the guys are gone as much as they are. And I really sincerely just want to thank them for all that they do in supporting their significant others and essentially supporting the team. It means an awful lot. And to steal a line from Journey and to change one of the words, love in a hockey, man, ain't always what it's supposed to be. But I want to thank them an awful lot for everything that they do, so thank you.
And then, guys, before we get into the drawing and before we get into all the fun, the karaoke and the action, I want to make sure I throw in my thank yous as well. I did quite a few of them at the start, but I want to make sure people get mentioned in multiple times because obviously this is quite an endeavor going from mid-January all the way through to the end of March. The Rough Riders staff for being accommodating in terms of providing the players, providing some info and setting up all the equipment. Obviously a lot goes into this to have it set up every week. The Union Station for hosting us, especially in this space. It's been great the last couple of years to be able to crowd in here and have enough space for everybody and have great crowds come out like this. And then related to that, the fans and the housing families and the people that come out each and every week. As I said, the participation is what keeps something like this going. I know the players appreciate it and Coach appreciates it and all the staff does as well. Certainly me, so we appreciate you coming out. Coach and the players, obviously, the players have to make time out of their weeks, their busy schedules to come on, and then Coach has to make the time each and every week. So I want to thank them. And then, as I had mentioned toward the start as well, Rick Boots for the photography. And then tonight, Mike with Exquisite Sounds for the karaoke. I want to thank you all. We'll give a big round of applause to everybody for coming out. Thank you. A final reminder before we do the drawing that you can find the audio of these. The past ones that we've done are all up at the KRNA YouTube page, and then we'll get this one posted here in the next couple of days. So they'll all be up. You can see the whole catalog from January through March of the Lowdown on Ridertown. So they're all up there, and I want to once again thank you guys for coming out all throughout the season. It's been a lot of fun. This is my 4th year doing it. It's been really enjoyable coming out each and every Wednesday night. So thank you once again. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, guys. We'll do the drawing here. Just a reminder, Rough Riders, as I mentioned, have 2 upcoming games, Friday night against Dubuque and then Saturday also at home inside the stable against Waterloo. So in-state matchups both nights, and you can catch the Rough Riders at home. So now we're going to do a drawing for a 20-person suite. It's our last drawing of the season for our finale. And then we'll get into the karaoke and all the fun. Okay, let's see who we have. Joel Ellis. Joel, congrats. Great. Joel is our final winner of the season. Once again, thank you, everybody, for coming out for another Lowdown on Ridertown. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
We got rolling. Like, the new theme's been awesome.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it.